So, what is the Internet Coaching Client Machine Retreat? Well, it's an event that's 5 days. We only hold it once a year. And my personal web team, the team that helps me to create and build my business online, will actually fly in to the retreat. We will give you the blueprints to this Internet Coaching Client Machine, as I like to call it. And I will stand over your shoulder while you work, while you actually build your machine, all the different advertisements and the things that you need to write in order for this machine to actually work. And then my web team, if you choose to work with them, will publish your marketing. So it's a full-on system where everything kind of works out for you with your participation. So why would you attend? Why attend the retreat? Well, first of all, achieving the freedom that having your own internet coaching client machine will provide you, it's equivalent to your dream lifestyle. It gives you all the freedom that you want to live your dream. You can take time off whenever you need. You can show your family, your friends, your clients, and yourself the master coach that you are meant to be because you have the time and the clients to work with that will make that possible. You got to have clients to become a master coach. You'll have people who don't even know you look at you as the guru, and then you'll change their lives. You will contribute beyond your imagination. Helping people reunite with their family, start a career, or double their income, it's a very addictive reward. When you get tons of clients in business, you'll attract employees that actually need your help. So you'll not only be able to help clients, but you'll be able to help people that really need it, that really need to work with someone who's going to have the savvy or the wherewithal or the willingness to take action to build this machine that will ultimately serve them as employees or as team members or other coaches that you work with. I mean, I started out as one coach, but now I got a team. I got a team because I was willing to do what a lot of coaches weren't willing to do. And because of that, I'm able to help them. Even if they're not great business people, they're great coaches. And so I want to help them. And it really, I'm so grateful to be able to contribute to them. That's one of the reasons why I train coaches as well. Also, you're no longer alone when you attend this retreat. Nothing else will stop you from building your own quiet coaching empire literally in 5 days. And you'll also have no more waiting for something to change while other businesses move on to the web and cash in. No more guesswork, wondering what internet trick is going to help you get clients, just trying whatever sounds good at the time. And the bottom line is this: on your own, even with the best information, does anything happen? Now, with some people it does, and that's wonderful. But for most coaches, we're not internet people. We're not marketing people. And we're definitely not internet marketing people, right? So on our own, left to our own devices, even with the best information in the world, a DVD course, a home study course, a book, whatever, and all this information is available for the most part. Maybe it's not put together in the right way, but it's available. But on our own, even with the best information, we usually don't do it. And so being at the retreat, you'll actually do it. I didn't set this retreat up because I just want to give you information over a period of 5 days. I could do that over the internet now. Why would I get a hotel and get a venue for actually putting this together? The reason I'm putting this together in San Diego is because I need to be there staring at you, holding your hand, making you do it. Really working with you to make sure you implement it, because when we're in a seminar format, it's not like real life, is it? I mean, it's like a whole different world. And in that different world, we can be someone that we're not when we're, caught up in the everyday stuff that we got to do. When we're at this retreat, you will get it done. We'll cover a little bit more about why that's the case in a second. So what do you get? What do you get in this retreat? Well, again, there's 5 days, so let's cover what that looks like. You're going to walk away with all your essential marketing material published on the internet. Your Google ads, your squeeze pages, little pages that capture contact information in exchange for something, your videos if you choose to make any, your blog structure, at least maybe not all the articles that you'll write on your blog, but the structure and the sidebar and all the little formatting of the blog, that'll be published. your possibly your sales material, or at least your lead generation material to actually create leads coming in from the internet. This will all be published and perfected with my live feedback. This isn't just going to be stuff that we throw up on the web. It's going to be set up in a way that will work. That's the point. And then it will also be structured. I kind of move things around here. It'll be structured in a way where it actually is cohesive. It's not just a blog out here in the middle of nowhere, a squeeze page out here doing nothing, and some social media stuff with no real way to tie it together. The blog and the advertisements and the social media will be tied in with your squeeze page and will be connected up with your autoresponder. You'll have an incentive system that'll actually be published and set up for you, or you'll set up with us, and you'll actually have a system for selling coaching as a result of all this as well. So it'll actually be codified and assembled. Hopefully this makes sense. The entire internet client machine assembled and ready to push the ignition button to start cranking out clients. So here are the days. Day 1, you're going to select your niche. Day 2, you're going to write your offers and your advertisements. Day 3, you're going to create that incentive that will attract people to you, what we call an incentive. Day 4, you're going to set up your blog and then what we call your autoresponder, kind of an email database system that's set up online. And then finally, day 5, you're going to set up your social media machine for automation. That's the trick with social media. It's not just about setting up social media. Anybody can get a Twitter account. So what? A lot of people have no business to have Twitter, right? It's about automating that so it'll actually bring you business. So let's start with selecting your niche. Day 1. You're going to find a niche that you'll love working with. You'll create a customer blueprint that will guide your marketing decisions in a way that will make it almost effortless to find more customers to purchase your coaching. That's what happens on day 1. On day 2, where you write your offers and your advertisements, you'll experience a live ad clinic using secret persuasion formulas from the top marketers in the world. These are the people that mentored me, that I learned from directly. You'll use their techniques to create your marketing. So this is not going to just be creative workshops of putting together a cool looking advertisement. It's stuff that's written in a scientific, formulated way where we have proven that this language and this offer and this type of approach, this type of appeal, this type of ad, this type of page will get you the best possible response in the shortest possible time. During this clinic, I'm going to critique your marketing, which will forever change the way that you design your marketing and will dramatically increase your success. The point is, I'm going to teach you how to do it. You're going to go try doing it. You're going to bring it back. I'm going to say, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But the point is, I'm actually going to look at your marketing and we'll critique it. I'll actually give you an idea of what's not working yet so you can go fix it and get better. And as a result of experientially learning that, not just reading a book about marketing, but actually trying it, doing it, and then fixing what you did. So you're learning from your mistakes as you go. You'll not only get perfect marketing from it, but you also have the mindset to be able to churn out marketing in any niche, in any market, for any business that you have. That's the beautiful thing about day 2. You're going to create your Google and Facebook ad campaigns to run on autopilot 24/7. You're going to create what we call split tests, which will actually be scientific tests that are set up online. And we're going to code it so it works this way. That'll test your ad effectiveness for improvement. So you'll actually pit one ad against another, and we'll see which one's winning out. And then the winner will actually find a new kind of challenger ad, if you will, to pit against that one, and they'll fight it out as well. And you'll constantly be split testing. By the way, this is an important precept of marketing if you didn't already know this. Here's the other cool thing. By the time you leave the 5-day retreat, you will have split tests running so that you can constantly add new marketing to test, and you'll see what works. You'll know it. It won't just be like rolling the dice and saying, well, I like this ad, I'll just go with this one. No, you'll know which one makes you more money, which one gets you more clients, because you'll have a system that you can plug that new marketing into anytime you want, forever, and it will literally test out. It'll truly test in the real world how well that marketing is doing compared to other marketing that you've got. You'll write a squeeze page that will capture leads for you in a way where opting in, where your prospect giving up their contact information to you as a coaching lead, it's irresistible to them. So that's what happens in day 2. Let's move on to day 3, which is all about creating that incentive. This is what you're going to offer in return for people opting in on your squeeze page or whatever, or what you're going to use to attract people to your blog. You're going to learn how to set up a free ebook or a video or an audio that will act as a 24/7 automatic salesperson that brings you clients. Why don't I make sales calls anymore? Because I got salespeople working for me. And it's not just real, like live salespeople. I've got some of them too, but I've got 24/7 automatic salespeople. I got robot salespeople online. Like you're watching this video right now, but I'm not talking to you right now. I'm sleeping. I'm out having fun. I'm a coaching, so I'm doing something, but I'm not, pitching you, right? I'm not trying to influence you one on one. So I have a automatic salesperson called a video that's working for me, and you're going to set these up during the 5-day retreats, just the way I have. The incentive is the key that I use to generate 127 hungry prospective coaching clients each month. And I'm not fooling about that. I get, about 100 leads a month, sometimes more than 127, sometimes a little bit less, but on average it's about 127 leads per month. And I use these incentives. This is the key. I could have everything else set up and no incentives. I wouldn't get those leads. I can promise you that. So that's day 3 when you create your incentives. Now let's move on to day 4 when you do 2 things. You're going to set up your blog and your autoresponder. You're going to create a blog that creates or gets free traffic, meaning people that come to your website that you don't pay for, and pre-sold leads, including the SEO, or what we call search engine optimization, to send massive traffic to your blog. I use this strategy to get 100 to 200 visitors per day, not to mention 5 to 10 hot coaching leads, as you saw a little bit earlier, to my website with no work on my part. I'll tell you, literally, I could go there right now if I wanted to, but I'm sitting here talking to you. I had over 100 people hit my blog today, and I had somewhere between 5 and 10 hot coaching leads, people that want my coaching, that are interested in what I have to offer, that have opted in, and that are now a part of my database today. That is money in the bank for me. You'll actually build in your blog, or will help you build a sidebar that makes every new blog post into a lead capture page. So every time you create a new blog post, it creates a squeeze page, because that sidebar will actually give you a place, or give your prospects a place, to opt in to become your lead. This means that you can get the same power of your squeeze page, of what everybody's excited about, setting up a lead gen page, like an opt-in page, a splash page, a squeeze page, landing page, call it what you will. But it's what I call a squeeze page times 1,000. Because if you write 1,000 blog articles, you'll have 1,000 squeeze pages. People will hit your blog, they'll read the article, and they'll opt in. They'll say, oh, what's this over here? And they'll actually opt in because they read your blog article. Literally, the number of squeeze pages that you have is only limited by the number of blog posts that you can write. It's limited by your creativity, by how prolific your writing is, or hiring other writers to write it for you. So here's our blog. Let me give you an idea what I mean by these different things that we'll set up here. So on our blog, we have a sidebar. Here's the sidebar. And this sidebar, actually, if you click anything on that sidebar, it will lead you to our squeeze page. We actually used to have an opt-in on the sidebar. We don't do that anymore. This seems to work better for us. The bottom line is that every single blog article I write, when we get new people hitting that blog article, they'll see the sidebar and they'll opt in and they become a lead for us. We also have something extra. You can build this at the retreat as well, called a slide up, or a footer, and this footer moves up in its visual, so it attracts a lot of people to, that's right, our squeeze page as well. All of it comes from our blog. It's so cool. And by the way, again, every day we write a new article on the blog, so we have hundreds of these pages that are automatically bringing people to our squeeze page and having people opt in. It's just amazing. We've done this in 2 years, but you can too. That's what's so exciting about it. And what's really amazing is that we're not going to stop here. We're going to keep growing and growing and growing. And it will happen, most of it will happen on autopilot now. It'll happen because it's machine. It's mechanized. It's not me doing it. Now, I love to do this work. I love to coach. I love to make these videos. I love to do a creative work that I do, which is awesome. But I don't have to anymore. I get to choose whether or not I do it, and I can still make money. and work with clients. You'll also learn to set up a video on your blog. You'll be able to embed these videos in your blog. You'll be able to embed PDF documents, ebooks if you want in your blog, deliver them that way, or audios as well. We'll show you the code and how to actually plug that stuff in to your blog so you can get your blog rocking and rolling just like mine is. I'm sure you probably been on my blog before. You're watching this video on a blog probably. Well, if you want to do basically what I'm doing, we're going to actually set you up to do that at the retreat at day 4 when you set up your blog. You'll also have data crunching analytics software running so you'll know exactly which pages on your site are attracting the most traffic as well as where people came from. I actually know how many people came from Google, what keywords they searched on, how many people came from Facebook, etc. on my blog. I also know how long they spent on any particular page, what pages they went to from other pages. And so I can kind of track my user behavior. And from that, guess what? I can also improve my blog as a result because everything is measurable on your blog. This knowledge, this insight is priceless. It's what allows us to make thousands of dollars every single month online, literally because of our online blog. And this software will be installed for you. It doesn't cost any money. It's the cool thing is Google provides this for free, and it'll be installed in your blog if you actually work with our web team to do this. You'll also be able to catch prospects, even if they don't buy from you right off the bat, with an autoresponder database. So a lot of people will come to your blog or they'll come and check out your stuff, and they won't buy. Even if they see a sales page or if they see your number, they're not going to call you to get coaching right off. And so they'll be kind of waving goodbye like this little kitty cat is doing here. This is like a prospect. Not to say that you're going to coach cats, but hopefully you get the drift. It was available clip art. What can I say? But anyway, you'll be able to actually catch prospects with this autoresponder database that you're going to set up at the retreat. Collecting your prospect's contact information on your squeeze page or your sidebar, and then you'll actually be able to send campaigns to them automatically after they visited. They'll actually kind of chase after them, if you will. So even though Kitty Cat goes goodbye after being on your blog, if you've got them in your database, you'll actually be able to send stuff to them that they'll then come back to your site to read, visit you again, and eventually buy from you. This database ends up becoming a client ATM, also a money ATM, literally. You press a button and wham, your money comes out. It's just so amazing how these things work. And again, this doesn't mean that you can be lazy constantly and just not work at all, but if you want to work a 4-hour work week or a 10-hour work week or be on vacation for a month like I do every year now, and I'm going to do again this year. I'll be in several different continents this year. Not really working. I'll do a little bit of work, but maybe a couple hours a week. That's about it, just to maintain a couple things, check in. But the bottom line is you can live that life because you've got this automated ATM machine for clients, money, etc. And you can set things up to win for you, your lifestyle, and your coaching practice as well. Finally, let's go ahead and move on to day 5, setting up your social media machine for automation. And in day 5, you're going to learn a Web 2.0 automation system. You're going to implement it actually that updates your followers for you with valuable information and attracts them back to your website. It'll allow you to get clients from social media without having to give up all of your time. Social media was so exciting for people because they could all of a sudden market online, they thought, or so they thought, without having any kind of tech ability, which is kind of what I'm going to show you how to do. But in addition to that, the problem was that it ended up being like another job. It takes hours and hours every day to update your Twitter and update your Facebook and find followers on there. Just all this stuff that's just it's not automated. Well, we're actually going to show you how to automate your social media. So your Twitter and your Facebook and your YouTube, you'll have these things called feeds, and they'll actually automatically send updates to these different areas. And actually, there's even systems where we can auto-follow and find new people on Twitter and Facebook, etc. It's all automated nowadays. So you got computers that are actually going to send relevant, valuable information to your prospects, things that they either think that you updated live or they're just glad that you sent to them because they're excited about it, and they'll retweet it and they'll follow you on Facebook, and you'll become kind of a guru to them, kind of a knowledge leader or a thought leader to them because you have all the latest information in that industry that they're interested in, and you delivered it to them, but you really didn't. You really set up the machine to deliver it for you, and therefore they'll want to work with you eventually over time. It's kind of a drip marketing system, drip, drip, drip on them over time. So that's what actually is going to happen over the period of 5 days, what you're going to get in the 5 days. Now, what are you going to learn? Now, you're going to learn a lot, obviously, as you can tell, but you'll also learn a couple extra things that are a little bit beyond what you'll actually implement. You're going to learn how to get your ebook to automatically format its chapters and sections in a professional way for a polished presentation to your clients and saving dozens of hours while you're writing your book. You'll also learn how free incentives attract new coaching clients and what kind of bait to use in order to get them to bite. You're also going to learn how to dramatically increase your success in coaching by doing the right niche targeting and niche research before you start spending lots of time and money trying to promote yourself. You'll be able to use these distinctions forever, not just once at the 5-day retreat. You're also going to learn what I call content syndication. You won't be doing this during the retreat, but I'm going to show you how to set it up so that you can actually reuse your best content across your coaching products and marketing to save time and make the most from the creative stuff that you're doing, the writing that you're doing, the videos that you're making, etc. It's called content syndication, and it pays off for you many times over. If you ever watch the Discovery Channel, you'll watch like Shark Week. Well, they did content syndication. They took a bunch of stuff from other documentaries and they put it into Shark Week, and they put it all together and they rehashed that content. So they built their content base up and then they're reusing it. They're syndicating it. You'll be doing your version of what the Discovery Channel does, which is a $30 billion a year company probably. I don't know exactly. I'm just kind of estimating. But the bottom line is that they do the same thing that you'll learn to do online. You'll also learn a 3-step blueprint for sending free session irresistible offers that can bring you 8 free sessions each week. Very important part that you can automate as well. How to generate traffic using articles, blogs, Web 2.0, Google, and Facebook advertising, and how to get other people to do the work for you so you can effortlessly expand your business. One of the things that I'm going to actually be doing in the next couple months, I'm actually going to be showing you this in the retreat, is how to get somebody to work for you full-time for less than $500 a month that will actually implement all your online properties for you and constantly expand it. Also, how to set up your blog and write the best articles and content that your prospects love to read. So, this is not a seminar. I just want to make this clear. This is not about going to a 5-day seminar and just sit there passively and write a bunch of stuff down, do some rah-rah kind of stuff, and that's it. You're going to be working at this I almost said seminar, workshop, at this retreat, as I like to call it. So web gurus teach the latest tricks, and then 6 months later, they don't work. They teach the latest thing, and then guess what? Google figures out how to get around it or whatever, and all of a sudden that little loophole doesn't work 6 months down the road. Web gurus give you information, not implementation. You go to a web guru seminar, they're just going to dump information on you. They're not going to help you implement it. You got to figure that out on your own. Web gurus sell you whatever sounds good or whatever sounds like it works. Job number one for web gurus is getting your money. That's what made them a guru in the first place. Web gurus know that the hardest, most work-intensive thing is to hold your hand through the process and or do it for you. That's why they don't do it. There's not one web guru out there that can say, I'm going to implement this for you. Now, they'll say that a little bit. They'll implement like a blog. That's like an automatic blog. It's a blog that is totally mechanized that a year later gurus figured out what they're doing and it doesn't work anymore. I'm actually going to be implementing this stuff by hand with my team for you if you choose at the retreat, or you can use your web team if you choose to as well. That's fine. But the bottom line is we're going to work together on implementing this stuff. It's not just going to be, hey, just throw your stuff into this automated machine that I created for myself, and then it'll just, shoot something out at you. This is going to be me and you working together one-on-one a lot of the time during the retreat. So the retreat is different. As I've already mentioned in so many words, you'll learn marketing that will work for the long term. No matter what changes with the technology, you'll have a complete and working system rather than just little dysfunctional parts that are scattered around and there's no real strategy. I will hold your hand through the process, and my web team can do it for you on the spot if you choose. The retreat is designed for a coach or someone who's becoming a coach who is not getting clients, money, or leads from your website yet, of course, or someone who doesn't even have a website yet. That's totally fine. Or has business coming from your website, but you want even more. This retreat is designed for you if you're on this page, on this slide. The retreat is not designed for coaches that are making $1 million a year or more from their website already. Not to say that they couldn't get something from it, but it's not the best value proposition for somebody who's already making that kind of money. Coaches that are satisfied with the amount of clients and the money that they're getting and the work that they have to do in order to get that result. In other words, if you're making $100,000 a year and you're satisfied with that amount of money, but you'd like to work a little less in order to get that, this retreat is still for you. But if you're making $100,000 and you're working 40 hours a week and you're happy with that, and you're happy to do that work and you don't want to lessen the time or make it easier or more automated for you, that's fine. This retreat is probably not for you because you're already satisfied with what you're getting. And it's also not designed for coaches that aren't interested in learning marketing or getting any clients from the internet. You are going to need to learn this stuff. You are going to need to learn the marketing part. You don't need to learn all the internet stuff, but you need to learn the marketing. And then if you're not interested in using the internet at all, then obviously this retreat is not for you because this is about the internet. Now hey, look, you could still do all this stuff offline. It will work offline, but this retreat is specially designed so you can implement this stuff online, especially even if you're not tech savvy, as they say. So you're going to get a couple bonuses during the retreat. Number one, you're going to get videos of the retreat. So if you miss something, you miss a day, or you just want to review something and you just want to watch it on video, you'll have those videos for life. And our videos have been, the subject of much acclaim from our clients. We're going to create new ones from the retreat that will really help you. You'll also get a blueprint and reference book after the retreat that will actually compile from the videos, that will have assignments and we'll have all the blueprints within the book. So if you want to re-implement in a different market, something like that, you don't have to come back to the retreat, although I'd love for you to be back with us and work with us more. You'll be able to take this retreat with you, so to speak, in the videos and the workbook, and then actually use it in a home study and a home reference format as well. So it's just a nice little added bonus for you. And by the way, again, our workbooks are very detailed. They have diagrams. They have all the information. A lot of times they'll have more information than what's in the videos, along with special assignments, special definitions, special step-by-step functions where it's all written out so you can re-implement or implement beyond what you've already done during the 5-day retreat. So how the retreat works. First of all, it works in small steps, each step building upon the last for 5 days. So you don't have to become super person or super marketer overnight. At the end of 5 days, you'll have done so much over time that you won't even recognize yourself at the beginning of the 5 days in terms of being a marketer, and you're definitely not going to recognize your business because it'll look completely different. You'll actually have this stuff implemented. The retreat also works on what's called Parkinson's Law. And some people might say, well, it takes more than 5 days to build internet properties and internet client machine. Well, the truth is it really doesn't if you have the right technology available. I'll have my videographer there. I'll have computers there. You want to bring your own laptop, of course, but I'll have my team there as well. And we're going to be working with you to get all this stuff implemented in that time period if you choose, or you could use your own team as well, like I said. But Parkinson's Law states that the work that you do in order to produce a result will fill whatever amount of time you give yourself. So if you gave yourself like 50 days to create this, you'd get it done in 50 days. If we give you 5 days, you'll get it done in 5 days, especially if you have help. So yes, you will be a little rushed probably at times during the retreat. There are times that you'll relax. There's times that you're in learning mode, times when you're in high-speed implementation mode. But that's what it's there for. I mean, how often are you in high productivity, super implementation mode when you're just working at home or working at the office, right? Like 5 days before your next vacation because you got to get it all done. But other than that, it's kind of like, a little bit of foot dragging, a little bit of easy does it. Well, we're setting up a kind of a process where every single day you got to get something done. So in the afternoon, you're going to be busy. You're going to be doing some serious work, and you want to expect that before you actually come to the retreat. It's made to not only get you what you need, but actually have you become, during that 5 days, the person you need to be to have this be successful online over the long term, not just over whatever you built in that 5 day period as well. You'll experience that. My team and I will walk you through using the blueprints. You'll come up with your niche, your content, your advertisements, your offers by using your own coaching vision of the clients that you want to work with. And my team and I will fix the errors, offer changes, and retool your work. And this is the way it'll work. In any particular day, you'll have a morning masterclass, and you're going to gain deep understanding of the steps involved. And then you're going to have what we call Action Afternoon, and that's going to be under our expert supervision. I'll still be there. We're all going to be there. You will build each part of your machine. You're going to get it reviewed, and we'll be talking to people one-on-one throughout the afternoon, and you'll perfect and polish the final product. And finally, at the end of the day, we're going to have the webmaster wind-up, which means that your webmaster or our web team will connect the parts and create your online machine. So they're going to take what you got, you're going to hand it off to them, and then they'll actually build the machine over the evening and the morning as well. So you'll have it by the next afternoon or as soon as possible. So here are the potential results you should expect that can come from good work during the 5-day Internet Coaching Client Machine Retreat. 8 new clients per month. That is conservative. We've done, 15 or 20 new clients per month. On average, I would say. Maybe some months we go a little lower than that, maybe 10 new clients. But 8 new clients per month is totally doable as a result of being at the 5-day Internet Coaching Client Machine. Now, it does take a while for this to get revved up, so don't think that the day you leave the retreat, you're going to get a new client. It may take somewhere between 3 and 6 months for this to get revved up, and so I don't want you to expect any different. I'm not going to be like a web guru who promises the world and then doesn't deliver. But I can promise you this, that in 6 months or less, you will see clients coming in from your internet marketing machine. I'll definitely, if again, you have to run the machine still. There is a little work to be done. There is, you do have to put some money into the marketing actually for the pay-per-click advertising, etc. But it is negligible compared to the time, expense, and the sweat and the insanity that comes from not doing this. I can guarantee you that. 100,000 a year, definitely doable. Save 20 hours per month of selling. I would say you'd save even more of other things as well that the internet will help you with, but definitely, I would say about 15 to 20 hours per month is the amount of selling that I would be doing right now if I didn't have this internet machine doing the work for me. And then finally, you're going to get sanity, possibly for the first time in your entire coaching business, because you won't be going insane doing a zillion different things, trying to make everything work, or just going around in circles, hoping that someone will swoop down and just give you the clients, and you're just trying to do it via a sales approach. That will not render you a ton of income as a coach. You can make a good income networking and cold calling and getting referrals and stuff like this, no doubt, especially if you're a good coach. But you'll never make the income in a sane way where you're only working 40, 50 hours a week or less and enjoying the clients that you have, not worrying about where the next buck is going to come from. That just generally doesn't happen just doing a sales approach as a coach. So what is a retreat worth? Well, other web training programs cost as much as $10,000. Home study courses, usually a little over $2,000. Mastermind programs, I've seen most mastermind programs nowadays be over $10,000. $10,000 is conservative. On-site seminars can go anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000. So the funny thing about these web training programs, as the web gurus will call it, is that there's no tech help here. There's no implementation help. Now, they might teach you about the technology, but they're not going to actually do it for you. They're not going to actually help you implement it. And you're still spending $10,000 for what at the end of the day? Now, here are the costs associated with somebody just doing all this stuff on their own. So if you might say, well, thanks for the information. I'm going to go figure it all out on my own. I'll just put the work in now. Well, there are some extra costs associated with that. First of all, if you get a web designer to actually do the tech part for you, then we're talking about $10,000 or more. Actually, it can be a lot more than that over time, but this is a conservative amount. The downside is that web designers are not marketers, so they don't do the marketing part. So when you hire a web designer, you're hiring somebody just to lay some stuff out on the web, and that doesn't make you money. Pretty websites don't make money. Now, by the way, I've spent way more than that over the last 10 years on web design and web layout services, webmaster services. Luckily, I had friends in the industry. You may not be so lucky. If you're not, I'm going to bring my friends to meet you, and they'll become your friends over time. Next, a copywriter. This is the person that actually does the marketing part for you, and this is between $2,000 and $25,000. The tech implementation of a website is not the hard part. It's not even really expensive compared to this. The hard part and the expensive part is the marketing that actually goes into your coaching client machine. It may work or it may not work, and that's after thousands of dollars you invest in this copywriter. No guarantee. And the thing I hate about a copywriter is that doing the copy for you is that the copywriter is writing something that's not necessarily associated with your coaching because you're not writing it. Like I said, the sax player and the saxophone have to be in perfect unison. The marketing and the marketer, the coach, has to be in unison. If you hire someone else to play your saxophone for you, it's not going to be you, and it's not going to make sense. That's what happens when most copywriters do copywriting for a business or for a coach. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Therefore, they end up not being able to make it work for their business. So you've got to do your own copywriting, or you're going to be spending tens of thousands of dollars on a decent copywriter who's really going to make it work for you. I can guarantee you that. Equipment, $5,000 for purchasing all the different equipment that we'll have available for you. It's probably more than that during the 5-day retreat. So our videographer and the type of video cameras that you'll need to have really nice looking videos online that you can use, and we'll actually videotape you right then and there. Audio programs, the computer setups that it takes to edit all this stuff and actually get it implemented. Easily $5,000 of equipment. You can do it for less, but $5,000 I think is a conservative estimate if you have to buy all this equipment fresh. The total cost can be up to $40,000 for just doing it on your own rather than actually using this retreat to at least get you started. Now, will you have to invest in some of this stuff over time? Yes, no doubt about it. But you can get by with probably, realistically, maybe anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 worth of equipment over time. So it's not like you got to invest in one lump sum, but over a period of maybe a year or two, a couple $1,000s of equipment, and then your own copywriting, and then either implementing it yourself or having a cheap web designer just doing the stuff for you rather than having some real expensive web service that really doesn't know what they're doing in terms of marketing. That's the funny thing, is the stuff that looks like it should be expensive doesn't make any money. That's another little secret that a lot of the web gurus don't tell you. The Internet Coaching Client Machine Retreat includes, and we're going to talk about the actual value of the retreat now, what it's really worth. My personal coaching, if you were to invest in the same amount, the same time that I'm going to put into you during the retreat, you'd be investing in about a year of coaching. It's about a year of coaching you're going to get during 5 days. And easily $7,000 to $10,000, about $7,500 conservatively worth of my coaching. And you can't pay for that anymore because I don't take clients or any more clients. I attempt not to. Access to and use of my web team, and by the way, there's going to be an hourly fee to get the web team to actually do the work for you, but it's going to be like $10 or $20 an hour, so it's very cheap. And the discount and the access to the team as well is easily worth $2,000, if not more, that you'll get by being a part of the retreat. The training, the bonus videos, and the book, easily worth $2,000. I could totally sell that for $2,000 any day of the week. So the total value for the Internet Coaching Client Machine Retreat is $11,500. So decide your coaching future. What is it going to be for you? Are you going to get a piece of that big piece of the pie that's online? Are you going to learn to play this instrument called your marketing that generates the fantastic coaching music? Are you going to learn how to put your niche together, or choose your niche and create the advertising, create the incentives, the golden eggs, so to speak, the email autoresponders, the web presence, the blog presence, and actually have that hook up to your Web 2.0 system and have this be a system that really works for you? Or, like most coaches, Are you going to wallow in the mud? Are you just going to stay stuck? The choice is yours. Or are you just going to spin your wheels and build a saxophone that falls apart? Build a machine that doesn't work together? Because the fact is that other coaches are going to get their piece of the pie. There are ambitious coaches out there that are going to do what it takes. Not a lot of them, but there are them. And the other fact is this, that if you don't, your clients are going to miss out on meeting you. And they're going to end up coaching with the coaches that actually got online, even if they're not good coaches. So I want to do this. I mean, mainly I want to do this because the people that we trained in our coaching methodologies, we know that some of the best coaches in the world. And we want to make sure they reach the most possible clients. So I built this for them. But I'd like you to join as well. I'd like you to be a part of it. And I hope that you do join us. So how do you do it? How do you join the retreat? Well, on this page that you're watching this video on, you can follow the instructions and it will actually tell you how to join the Internet Coaching Client Machine 5-day retreat. Or you can contact me. There's my number and my email. And I'd be glad to talk to you about the Internet Coaching Client Machine retreat. If you have questions, just talk to me. By the way, what I want to clarify here is that, and this is something I didn't mention earlier, is that if you can't actually join us in San Diego for the retreat, we're actually going to do a virtual retreat very soon. It's 2010, and so we're going to do the virtual retreat in 2011. So go ahead and sign up, and even if you can't be there in August, you'll still have a chance to watch the videos, learn the stuff, and start implementing some of it. And then in 5 days next year in 2011, we're going to do our first virtual Internet Coaching Client Machine retreat, and you'll just be able to do this from the comfort of your own home. But this is the chance for you to actually join, because we're not going to open this up necessarily in the future the way that we're opening it up right now with whatever the offer is currently. We've generally, over the period of the last decade, increased our fees and prices of our different services, not decrease them. So whatever the offer is right now is probably the cheapest it will ever be again. So go ahead and take action on this immediately, because generally prices go up in our business, not down. So thank you for listening. If you're still actually here talking to me right now, my guess is that you really want to be a part of the Internet Coaching Client Machine 5-day retreat. And so do whatever it takes to be a part of it. I can promise you, you'll get what you need in the retreat. If you see some of the testimonials that I'm about to play for you at the end of this video, you'll see that we always over-deliver on whatever we promise. We always do create more and better value for our clients and the coaches that we work with than they expected or than they paid for. It's generally like 5 to 10 times what they actually spent that they get in return. So I can promise you this is not something that I'm messing around with. I'm very serious about doing this well. And part of the reason is because I know nobody else is doing this. You know, the other web gurus out there, they're not doing this. Eventually, they might need to in order to be competitive with us. I don't know. But the exciting part is I want to do this for you, and I want to make this available for you as a coach, making a difference in changing the world and the landscape of society as we know it. I know you can do it, but you need to get access to those prospects and clients. And the way you do it nowadays is on the internet using the machine that we're going to work with you on building during the 5-day retreat. So I'll see you then.
My name is Doreen Kramer. I am a newly fledged JTS coach. Just finished the assessment training. I've done accountability and strategy prior to this. I think the thing that's most important that for me is I'm a very slow, steady learner. I came into this, I knew I wanted to do it, but I wasn't sure I was going to be able to, and I was scared. What I've gotten through the trainings, I got a lot of support from Jeff, a lot of support from the other coaches, and Jeff has kind of taken me step by step, taken me by the hand, had a lot of encouragement, and now I know that this is something that I can do, and not only can I do it, but I am doing it. I have signed up, enrolled clients who tell me I am making a huge difference for them. They're very happy with what I do. I've changed their lives. Everything from clearing clutter to stepping up at work and making a voice heard where it wasn't really heard before. So really this has been an amazing progression for me. For me personally, I'm totally different than I was a year ago. I hear it from other people, I feel it in myself. I was kind of a mouse. Lots of sitting in the background, being real quiet, listening to everybody else. That's not what I'm doing today, you can see that. So this has been an amazing and wonderful experience for me personally, for the people that I care about who've also seen the changes in me and get to experience those for themselves. And for those include my clients who actually pay me to help them manage their lives, get their goals, and push them to get to where they want to go, even kind of when they're not so sure how to do that or whether they're really willing to do it. They come to me and I get them going. So JTS Advisors, Jeff in particular, has set up just an amazing and wonderful program, step by step. Even if you don't think you can do it, if this is what you want, this is the way to go. Another part of being part of the training is the opportunity to become part of JTS as one of the JTS coaches. That is something that I have done, and that is also a huge value to training with Jeff and through this program, because you get to be part of an amazing group of people. There's not just camaraderie, but there's support. You get mentoring from Jeff, from the other coaches, and a whole lot of ongoing education, which is of enormous quality and great value in all aspects, from coaching to marketing to how to enroll clients. I have scripts that help me use the words that get across to people that this is something that's going to change their life and that I can help them do that. So there are ongoing benefits that are immeasurable. There's no other way to get something like that. You become part of this team through this process.
So this is actually a Cinderella story, because when I started, I wasn't really a coach. I had a dream that I wanted to be a coach, but it was such a long shot. It was such a long shot that when I signed up for my first coach's training, I committed only to complete the process and play full out. Before I started that first coach's training program, my husband and I had an okay relationship. After that 8-week program, my husband said to me, "If you ever want to take anything like this again, I will do whatever it takes to support you in that." And so from an aspect of transforming into a coach and actually transforming our relationship, that was done in 8 weeks. And that alone would have been priceless for me. In 3 days, Jeff has made it really clear what I need to do to market myself, market my niche in a really powerful way, and create a machine. And I have all the tools that I need to do that, and I know that I can do that within a month or two at most. When I started out, I didn't have any coaching clients. I never thought that it was possible to make money as a coach. By the time I got through the 8-week boot camp, I not only had an ability to get clients, I was able to enroll clients really quickly. My first month after coach's training, I enrolled my first client. And although that was only for $50, and I coached her probably for one session a week for almost an hour each, it transformed me from making no money as a coach to starting making money as a coach. And within 2 or 3 months, I was making a couple $1,000s, $2,000 to $3,000 a month consistently. I just enrolled 5 new clients in the last week. And I feel that when I have a conversation with somebody, if at all possible, they will enroll in coaching with me. One other thing that I really want to say about JTS Advisors, and especially about Jeff, he over-delivers in everything that he does. he doesn't have to do that. It's because it's his passion, it's where his heart is. And in every aspect that I know about him, because he's not only my mentor, my coach, he's also a friend of mine, in every aspect of his life, he keeps expanding his own comfort zones. He keeps pushing the limit on what's possible, and in doing that, it inspires me and so many others to live their lives too.
They've really exceeded my expectations, way beyond that you can imagine. I personally transformed my life, put my marriage to the next level. I have this amazing, amazing love in my marriage, passion, all the fun you can imagine, great relationship with my children. And I didn't know what I'm going to do professionally, but I figured out not only that I'm going to be the coach, I knew who is going to be my target market, how I'm going to approach them, what I can bring to the table, and how I could give them step-by-step things that they can follow where they can get measurable results, the same way as Jeff did for us in the coaches training, which was entirely important. Now, I have signed already a couple of clients, paying clients. I'm making money from home while taking care of my children. So during the training, I learned a lot about the internet. You'd be surprised that somebody can go through an MBA and actually not be very technically savvy, which is who I was. So I learned how you can actually create an amazing internet marketing machine that you can set up very quickly, very easily, and it's going to expand your horizons and going to send you customers over the net.
The camaraderie of other coaches, the cohesiveness, the congruency of those coaches, and that was incredible. But also too, as I had tangible results, accountability in my coaching sessions, I lost almost 40 pounds. My coaching business beforehand was rather spotty and just didn't really know where to go or how to build that business. One of the things that Jeff really drilled down is how to go ahead and capture those leads, how to go ahead and transform those leads into real dollars. Another thing too is how to cast a wide net, but also focus in on a niche that really you can look at and say, wow, this is something that I really do. This is something that I can really start marketing myself in a very positive manner. And so what I'm looking forward to is how I'm getting more clients and all that. The free coaching sessions, all those kinds of things drive people to my coaching business, which will turn into real dollars for us. So and for my business. So I really appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Dave Ayup, and I'm from Silicon Valley, California. I'm transitioning from a career in industry into a new career in coaching. And to make that career, I looked around at different organizations, trying to identify an organization that had everything I was looking for to help me make that transition, and I found it in JTS Advisors. The reason why I say that is because they not only had an extremely broad program that addressed various kinds of coaching, as well as marketing and the internet and other ways of marketing to help develop and keep my business growing. But also, they had really an in-depth approach, that very scientifically based coaching system. So there's a really rich body of knowledge that we're working from, okay? And the other thing they do is that the way they transfer that knowledge is not just through theory and lecture and so forth and reading, but also through practice. So I just finished the 8-week coaching immersion program for accountability coaching, and I would have to say that was a transformative experience, not only because I got a lot of coaching that really helped me, but I also did a tremendous amount of coaching of my peers. Because of the rapid pace, it's not clear I could have achieved the level of growth in any amount of time that I achieved in the 8 weeks, because if it were more spread out, I would lose the lesson before I got to the next lesson, if you know what I mean. So this is a very good approach. It's pretty intense, but it's absolutely wonderful. So all of this comes a tremendous amount of coaching, peer coaching. I was coached myself by a master coach. I had an opportunity to coach the master's coach and got tremendous feedback on my coaching techniques, which I think actually is probably the biggest part of the learning experience. It really was very insightful and very impactful. So we talked about the coaching training, but another thing, as I mentioned earlier, is the fact that it's not only about the coaching skills, but it's also how to run a business and how to market your business. And there were actually 2 sections in that. One had to do with public speaking, which was very, very good. But the thing that was really impactful, because I have lots of experience in public speaking, but is how to take and create a web operation, I would say, what you could say is an internet marketing machine. It really makes it almost automatic. And the basic concept of it is also nice, because what you do is you create basically a vehicle over the internet which is optimized for people to find you and which is optimized to deliver quality content in advance of your establishing a relationship with your potential client. So what it does is it allows you to reach out in a very clearly giving way, so that people see that you have very good quality, they understand that you care or you wouldn't be giving it away, and it draws them in with a sense of trust that really sets the coaching relationship off on a really good start. So I think that's a key element, and every single detail was covered, whether it was in terms of how the coaching seems on the internet and how that comes across, down to the search engine optimization and keyword optimization, which basically I don't think is taught anywhere. If it is, it's done in a kind of theoretical way, completely detached from the coaching environment. So I think that was, it's right, that's what I say. See, the thing is, with JTS, you not only get the depth of coaching, but you get the breadth, understanding that it's coaching as a business. You have to have all those different elements there, and I just haven't found it anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Donald Hunter, and I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm a graduate of the JTS 8-week immersion program, and it's transformed me hugely. I'm an MBA from the Sloan School of Management at MIT, and I also have a computer science from Berkeley. I also want to say that I've made so many connections during the 8-week immersion program with other coaches, and that bond that I've been able to develop is such a huge part of me knowing that I can go out into the world and bring coaching to my clients with the support of a community, a team who's committed to making a difference in the world. So that's such a huge thing for me, to have that community of people who are so focused on doing good and loving and caring for their clients.
What an incredible weekend I've just had with Jeff Suey here in San Diego for the certification program. An unbelievable program, action-packed. Swear he must cram 3 months worth of information in 3 days. Something you have got to experience. It will absolutely change your life. I know it did for me. It absolutely made a difference in how I saw myself and my work and my future with coaching and counseling others. You've got to be there. One of the great things that Jeff was able to review during the weekend certification program was specific ways that you can move people through different processes to come up with what the core need, value, or issue is that's going on in their life, to assist them in making significant and positive changes in a very short amount of time. One of the things that has really touched me during this weekend is how much Jeff truly cares about helping others. And you may not get that just from your experience with Jeff over the internet or over videos that you might see. But it's truly an honor and a pleasure to be in his presence and to see how much he wants to make a difference in the world and how much he really cares about making changes and helping others. So that was the biggest thing that happened for me during the weekend, is feeling his presence and his true love for others. If you're one of those people out there considering getting coaching certification or moving forward with the coaching program, I would highly recommend that you check out and utilize Jeff Suey's program. It made a huge difference for me, and I know it will for you.
I saw a lot of, this weekend I saw a lot of transformation, a lot of people getting to the core issues and really having breakthroughs is the key thing. You go from breakdown to breakthrough, and it really saw a lot of positive changes in people. One of the things that I've found particularly helpful is marrying the internet marketing machine to the coaching practice, because for me, obviously I'm still going to continue to learn and continue to grow as a coach, and really sharpen my saw and sharpen my skills as a coach. But without having the internet marketing machine piece in place, that won't happen. So he's given me some tools to be able to make that happen and make my dreams become a reality. So I appreciate that. Well, I'll just say I've met some really incredibly great people, made some awesome contacts. If nothing else, you walk away with a ton of information, and the energy here is great. You'll just come out of here feeling like $1 million. If you're thinking about it, I'd encourage you to do it. Take some action. Go for it. With Master Coach Council, one of the things that's been helpful is to have the consistency. I've been working closely with Jeff on the calls, and he's able to pull up my website. We're able to do some real-time tweaking, right on the spot. It's been very valuable to me, because I really was kind of flying blind, to be honest with you, and coming here fulfills another piece of it, but also coming out again in August to do the internet marketing piece for 5 days will just further reinforce that. I feel like I've got a partner here that's sharing in my success. I don't feel like I have to do it by myself. I've got somebody with a wealth of knowledge like Jeff that can really take my business to a whole nother level beyond what I would have even imagined. So I thank you for that. I like the model that Jeff has, because that's allowed me to look at it and say, this is duplicatable, and say it's possible for him. And in this environment, you can't help but to be transformed just by being with these people and going through these processes. I mean, you've got some wonderful tools that are just, mind-bending, I guess you could say. This process has been a catalyst to allow me to tap into that resourcefulness that I knew I had deep down, that spiritual part of myself, that higher power, whatever you want to call it. I'm impressed because you're a young guy, you're 35 years old, I'm 50, and yet I say, look at what he's done. So I say, if Jeff can do this, and a young guy like that, there's no reason. Late in life like this, I still have, maybe another 50 years, however, maybe 100, and who knows, however long I live, but at least I have a roadmap to be able to get to where I want to be. So you've given me some insight into that. So thank you.
To be honest with you, my main goal was to get certified. And it has gone so far beyond that. I am certified now, but that wasn't the cream of that. Didn't even scratch the surface. I see myself meeting T.D. Jakes and Tyler Perry and Dr. Wayne Dyer, shaking their hand and actually having an impact and an influence and an inspiration to them. Couldn't see that before. I had no idea of how to do it, where to get started, what things I needed to know. Now I know the type of equipment that I need. I know how simple it is to get started. I know what Google Ads, how to be successful in that creation. I know how to follow my campaigning. I know how to create and design a successful website that will get the traffic. I know these things that I had no idea where to start, and I felt so overwhelmed by the process, didn't think it was possible. Now I see that it's really simple, it's really easy, it's designed for success, and I know how to make it happen now. I want to tell you, don't waste time. It works. If you apply what JTS Advisors teaches you, you cannot fail. Don't waste time. Get in there, do it, and make it happen.